Well, there was no horsing around from the Lincoln Broncos in the first quarter against the Lions. Right off the top, Lincoln quarterback Servando Gonzalez passes off to Willem Gilliland, swerving left and right, running it along the left side and able to find his way into the end zone for the first touchdown of the night. And the Broncos, they would keep cruising this one. Gonzalez going deep to Hunter Davis, scoring their second touchdown in the first quarter. Lincoln, they win big tonight, 42-14. Well, welcome to the 2019 edition of Friday Football Fever. Kendra, we had the most votes for our game of the week we've ever had. 2,632 votes.
I still can't believe that. And losing by just 1%. So close. And a huge matchup between undefeateds, Mays taking on Derby. Now, you know this was going to be a good one. All right, Chris, so check this out. So we haven't gotten to see all of Lynn Wash's talents right here, but at center. But tonight we will. Snap right here. Keeps it for himself. Now, you saw where he started, right? Someone grab a watching time this man because he is moving down the field all alone to the end zone for a touchdown. Derby did not come to play. Now we know what he can do on the ground, but what about passing? Wash right here connects with Kavion Walker. Walker dodges an eagle and heads straight into the end zone for another touchdown. Derby will go for two right here. Aaron Larson looking and throws it to the end zone, but right here, a Mays Eagle will knock it out the way, but Derby remains undefeated and ends Mays' perfect record, 55-7.
This is by far the best week of practice we've ever had. And, I was hoping we'd play well because I kept telling them how good they were doing in practice, and they ended up playing well. So it made me very proud.
It was great playing with my brothers, We've grown up our whole life playing together, so this was a good win for us, and it's an emotional win, and it was just great all around.
All right, congrats to them. So a little band action from Garden City. Now Great Bend came to play. Quarterback Don Miller looks deep, throwing it to Peyton Duvall, bringing it in, but the Garden City Buffaloes, they fought hard. Don Miller again, throwing it deep again, and this time it's Garden City's Micah Perez who catches it and then loses it, and then Peyton Duvall tries to recover the ball, breaks loose again, finally getting recovered by Tate Murphy, and after the fumble, Great Bend runs it in through the line. Garden City couldn't hold on. The Panthers win 27-7.
I'm sweating after watching that, but
I know.
But here we are. My favorite portion of the show. I gotta tap the helmet.
Oh yeah, so you the fans that showed up in force in deciding our game of the week, and all of you at home said you wanted to see the Buhler Crusaders square off against the Winfield Vikings.
And it was senior night for the Vikings tonight, Kendra, over at Southwestern College. And you got to see this turnover chain, I guess, maybe.
Okay,
I don't know.
okay.
I like it. But in the first quarter, it's Casey Crandall throwing it up for his receiver on the sideline. Now that would set up an important field goal by the Vikings, and they look to keep the momentum rolling. Crandall, here again, finds Nolan Foss on the screen pass. He would pick up some extra yards, but pay the price. Yow! With a big hit later in the first. The Crusaders on the attack this time, going to the air for Caleb Teitke. He would pick up the first down. Now here's a play you guys want to watch closely at home. Austin Gentry goes up on for the catch here and pins it on a Vikings helmet. That's one way to do it if you want to catch the ball. That would set up the Crusaders for an easy 3-yard touchdown run by Sam Elliott. Now to the second quarter we go. You got to check out another play. This next play, Elliott would be met hard at the line in the Crusaders' backfield, and he coughs up the football. Eventually, a Viking would track down the ball, and then he flips it to his buddy right here, who would recover it, the bad pitch, and that sets the Vikings up on the goal line. A nice game of hot potato there, and the Vikings win that one. Winfield down 3 at this point in the game, though. Crandall around the edge here, and he'll throw off his back foot and across his body to find his big tight end, Jake Kaufman, in the end zone. But in the end, Buhler comes out on top 26-10, and KSN's John Acebas was there to see a pretty back-and-forth game.
Yeah, Buhler came right in here and they spoiled the senior night for Winfield, but I'm not going to sit here and say that both teams played well to start this game. As a matter of fact, I don't think they would tell you they started this game well. In my opinion, just from watching the flow of it, it was a game in the trenches. It was kind of a slow start. Both teams really seemed committed to the run, and rightly so. They've got some big boys in both of those backfields, but that probably accounted for a slower start for Winfield. But to tell you the truth, Winfield, I think, had probably the most opportunity to seize the momentum, or at least do that early in this game. They're talking about just inches away from catching some touchdown passes and breaking off some big runs. And I think when they look back at this game, I don't agree with all the penalty calls, but they will tell you penalty calls held them back. And Buhler, they've admitted the last few games they've been starting slow, notorious, or not notorious of ever doing that. Now they're picking up momentum. They said, the coach said, you guys need to wake up. And they did. They came out running hard in the second half, hitting the gaps. Now they're running to the playoffs as the #3 seed with the best of Buhler still to come.
Ready for it. I mean, we wish wish we would have been the 2 seed, but we stumbled a little bit last week with Hayes, and now we've got to do the best we can, and we're the 3 seed, and we get the next 2 games at home.
We played so much better from the end of the Mulvane game all the way till now, and I mean, we can only get better. So I mean, we have so much to improve on.
You can definitely feel the confidence building for Bueller. The running back came out here and did an extra interview with me, and these guys are hungry to get those 2 home games in the playoffs. But we're not done with Friday Football Fever highlights. Chris and Kendra, they'll be back after the break.